to my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me. Oh. My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and then end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
You are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Nah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. Or I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I can come over.
Come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on CNBC News, NBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station KCAA. AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, JioSaavn, and many more. And about 28 more that I have completely lost any possibility of memory stick in there. But the reason why I'm so many places is because I want to splatter you with more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip on this show, no scandal, no K words, no Kanye talk at all. I used to say Kardashian talk, but actually Kim Kardashian is helping one of my sister organizations, Spirit Awakening, my satellite sister, Akuyo Graham. So no longer am I saying no Kim Kardashian. Because she's actually doing great things on the planet right now. I want to recognize her. And if you noticed, I'm not alone this morning. It is Friday when I have the beautiful Inside and Out co-host of mine. Her name is Elan Carter. She is the daughter of Otis Williams, founder of The Temptations, which is why our series is called Tempting Conversations. And I'm just so delighted to have her join my show family. She's here for a special occasion this morning to celebrate my 900th show / podcast. And I can't think of a better person to do that with. Please welcome to my studio,
Elan Carter. I'm more excited about your 900th show. Yay! Because I don't have a button. I have my own. Woo! Congratulations.
We'll have to get that on tape. I am so happy that you're here because not only are we celebrating, we're also talking about milestones and how women can be just as attaboy as men can be and have a guy day, and I'll explain that in a bit. And then we have a really special guest coming at halftime. His name is Dr. Michael Obeng. I'm sure you've heard of him. You've seen him all over the news. He does reconstructive surgery on everyone who cannot afford it all around the world, as well as some people who are celebrities in our little la land. But he'll be coming on at halftime, so I wanted to give you that little commercial there. And we're going to start the way we usually do, which is having breakfast with Dr. Marissa and
Elan Carter.
And that is taking a bite of our gratitude sandwich. Top of the bun, 8 specific things that we are grateful for that are outside of ourselves. Thank you already. I see at least 2 people have given us fingers, which is a thumbs up, not that finger. And continue to listen to us while you're driving out in the IE. I thank you very much for making me the #1 8 a.m. talk show in the morning. When you land, please go to my YouTube channel where you can watch and listen and participate and put your 8 cents worth in the comment section, and we will put that up on the screen. Also on LinkedIn, also on Facebook, but my home with all 900 shows is on YouTube. All right. You go first. What are you grateful for this morning, Miss Beautiful?
I am grateful to be here to celebrate your 900th show. I feel so special. I'm so grateful.
Yay. I'm grateful to have met you and your mom and your son at the Temptations benefit concert for St. Joseph's, we're less than a year. We haven't had our year anniversary. That was in June. And to, meet you on the red carpet, right? And have such a beautiful friendship. And I just am so grateful for you.
Oh, thank you. And it's since we're going back and forth because they're gonna you guys are just great for each other. I am, because you've been such a support for my mother too. And we've talked about going through some things, and we're gonna do this on another show about friendship and each other having some issues. And lately that's what's been going on with us, and it's very organic, and I'm grateful for your support. And you've become very close to my mom also, so that's really special to have that, because you don't always find that. And when you get of age, you don't think you're going to have new friends, and it's organically really just you click.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that.
All right, we better get off this love fest before somebody thinks there's something going on.
There's something going on with those two.
Never say never. Anyways,
that's another show now.
Bring it down. Bring it down. Anchor. Take a breath. Oh, I am grateful for all the yummy Chinese food that I've had here in Toronto. It's been really wonderful. Like some of the things that you can get here that you just cannot get in any Chinese restaurant in LA. So I'm grateful for that.
I have been to really good Chinese places in Toronto, and the people are so lovely. They're so nice. So much nicer here, unfortunately.
I know. Like it's so funny when I'm driving. When I'm driving, I mean, people don't honk.
They're polite.
They're very polite. I was like, wow, this is so different than LA. Yeah.
When I tell you about this grateful that I'm going to tell you, I'm grateful I got to go to Sea Butter. I went to Sea Butter. I cheated.
I take back the love.
They have this meat that I'm grateful for, the new dish called Mr. Crab. It is delicious. Mr. Crab.
Rub it in.
It is so good. I'm grateful that I got to be introduced to a new dish there.
You're gonna pay for that one. Literally, you're gonna pay for that one.
I had to get that one.
All right, that is 8 gratitudes. And now we go to the bottom of the bun, which is appreciation. And the reason why we do this is, especially for women, not all women, but many women, if you ask them if you're happy, I've had women say, I don't know, are you happy? like they're only happy if other people around them are happy, like their partner or their kids or their parents. And that's a bad habit, because we cannot control, although we think we can, other people's happiness, and they can be unhappy. That's their choice. So I do the bottom of the bun, appreciating yourself, so that we won't go looking for love in all the wrong places. We're not walking around with antenna going, who likes me? And with social media, that's literally how many likes am I getting, which is crazy silly. And I'm so glad that I haven't figured out the algorithm, because there's just no rhyme and reason to like 100 likes versus our last that video we posted with you, me, and Sam, that's at 2,500 now, which is like crazy. But I'm really careful not to get caught up in that, because I know we do a great show. I know Sam and I do a great show. I know that you, me, and Sam had like really crazy chemistry that day, and it was really fun. And that's all that's important, really. We have to learn how to bake our own cake. So in order to do so, the challenge is every morning on the show is to come up with 8 things that you like about yourself. Now we're going to go back and forth. So this is something you do before you go to bed, so that you're not tempted to think about all the things you didn't get done, or who done who wrong, and all of that keeps you from having a good night's sleep. So I appreciate that I have learned how to reach out and ask for a kind ear to let me vent so that I can get it out of my system. And my sister on the screen right now alluded to that earlier. And I'm so appreciative that I know that I'm not a desert island, and that it's really important for me to just spill the beans, not to dwell on it, but just to be able to just have it a soft place to land when I'm not in my best place. So I appreciate that. I know that about myself. Go.
I appreciate that. No matter what's going on in my life, I have learned as I've matured to recognize when I'm at fault and to take responsibility for it and to move on and let things go that no longer serve me.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. On that vein, I have learned and I appreciate that I can cut myself some slack, so that when I do say something that probably wasn't the brightest crayon in the box, then I can say, okie dokie, I did the best that I could with the time that I had and the resources I had, and I'm not going to beat myself up. I'll give myself 20 seconds to beat myself up, and then we're done.
Yes. Yeah. I appreciate that. I've learned to love myself and to put my happiness first.
I appreciate that I don't have to hide my light under a bushel and don't have to downplay all the things that I am proud of in my life.
Oh, I like that one. That one's really good. Like, you don't dim your light for nobody.
That's right.
I appreciate that I have amazing kids. They're smart, they listen and they're supportive. My mother's supportive, and I have family that's healthy and here for me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having breakfast with Dr. Marissa and
Elan Carter.
Here on Tempting Conversations, your Friday special series every weekday morning at 8 a.m. right after the NBC News on KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. Thank you for participating. The Balance Happy 88 challenges. If you do this for 30 consecutive days, I promise you, you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. All right. No, I didn't get balloons, but just use your imagination, balloons, confetti coming down, because today is my 900th official podcast /show. And I am so grateful for that. One more time. I think I'm going to be pushing that button.
I'm going to do this in between.
So you get to be the host now. Ask me questions.
Oh my gosh. You tell me, who were your favorite guests?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Off the top of my head, I'm going to miss somebody, but I have to say Dawn Wells, because she's in heaven now. She is Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island.
My favorite show as a kid. I love that show.
Right? The Miss Shorts, the legs. She was the professor in Mary Ann. 3-hour tour. So that's the show. I remember the very first time I met her. I was at, where was I? The California Women's Conference. I think I was speaking. She was speaking, and was it there? Anyways, we were at a thing and we met. I think someone introduced us, and we just, she was so, when we met, it was an instant thing. And I invited her on the show. She ended up coming on 5 shows. She invited me to play poker at her house. So I was up there. She had the Thanksgivings that I got to go and spend Thanksgiving with her. I got to hear about her love life. I got like, I love her. I'm so grateful.
So she
that
was
I got
sweet.
a
Like her character was sweet on the show.
And
So
she was exactly
like,
her
she wasn't-
character.
That was her character.
That was her character. So she definitely was one. If you haven't listened to that podcast where I had her on sexual healing with Dr. Marissa, I used to do every last week of the month because women don't necessarily know how to take care of themselves in the bedroom, or that all of that, don't appreciate their bodies or all of that. So I wanted one show a month. That's when I was on once a week. So she's huge. And the other one I want to say is Rick O'Berry. Now, did you watch Blackfish on CNN? If you haven't, you need to watch it. It's incredible. And the offshoot of that is The Cove. So I'm sure you've heard of the dolphins get slaughtered in Japan once a year.
Watched that.
Okay.
Then I've probably seen it.
So the guy that the Cove was built around, that's Rick O'Berry.
Oh, okay.
So this is in my first year on the show. He called. At that point, I didn't have cameras in the studio. So he called in from Taiji, Japan.
Wow.
And we did the show from there. And I got the nicest compliment from him because he's been interviewed by Larry King, Oprah, all the biggies. And he said, "This is one of the best interviews. You're like one of the best hosts I've ever had." And I'm like, oh, that was so nice. Well, I made him cry. And he wasn't expecting that. And I love it when people cry, not because I'm sadistic, but because if you cry with me, you are you're opening your heart, and tears are the disinfectant that keep your heart soft. Mm-hmm. So when he cried, because I was asking him, how did he go from dolphin trainer to dolphin activist? And he said, well, it's a long, it's a story. And I'm like, I have all the time. And he doesn't usually tell this story because when everybody else has him on, it's like, like that. But I wanted to give him, and he said, dolphins, unlike human beings, can close their breath hole and die. And humans have an involuntary, we can't do that. Right. So when Flipper in captivity, extremely miserable, because dolphins are not meant to be in captivity, and away from their pod, he didn't want to live anymore. So the dolphin in his arms committed suicide. And he started crying, and I was just that was like one of those milestone moments, poignant moments in my life where, it's like we get upset about what? That it's too hot, too cold outside, that we don't have our favorite brand.
But animals know. Animals have better judge of character, and my grandmother always said, if you see a baby and doesn't like someone, or your animal doesn't like someone, take heed to that.
Yeah.
Because we're more intuitive than we are. And, we get blindsided by all the influences as we get older, and kids are pure and innocent. And, we should pay attention to the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the two that I would say, off the top of my head, were my favorite. But I mean, there's so many. I've had humanitarian.
Now, have you had some that are difficult? I'm not going to say ones you don't like, because then I don't want to out one. But
out of 900 shows, I've had one show that I mean, you could probably, if you watched all 900, you would be able to tell, because you know me. Right. I can't like my facial expressions. I can't hide.
And just because they just weren't cooperative, or they just wouldn't give you anything, or just there was nothing there.
You know, there's proud of yourself, and I'm all about that. And then there's full of yourself, and you're so full of yourself.
Behavior.
Yeah,
like
I call it.
I'm doing you a favor, right? Don't come if you don't want to be out here and cooperate, because we're just about everybody.
Blind faith in themselves. That's what I call it. Blind, and they shouldn't be blind. So but hey, 1 out of 900, and I would say out of 900, I don't always have a guest, especially since I was once a week until COVID, and then because of COVID, I was promoted by my station owner, Fred. Hi, Fred. Thank you so much for contributing to my 900 shows. He's out in Texas, and he asked, would you like to take over the morning show? And that was during COVID. And I said, yeah. And I didn't think that the fact about that 5 shows, and as opposed to 1 show a week, was going to potentially like kill me. But we got over the hump and the learning curve. So
the 899 one shows that you were proud of got you over that hump from that one show. And that's fine, because you're going to have 900 plus more, because you're a great host and co-host and vice versa. I enjoy it's the energy, right? Because if someone that comes on, the energy is really good, and it's a positive thing that we're doing, and you're doing, giving me this opportunity. So I think it's fun. Like even when we had Sam on, it was very unexpected, some of this stuff, but you were getting good views from it. We're gonna have to have Sam on again on our show.
Yeah, we're gonna switch, get him on our
because
show.
we were on his show. So Sam, you gotta come to our show, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so what are the things like, what do you want to see, or things you haven't touched on in the future? Or what do you would like to do as far as expanding? Or is there something that you haven't been able to venture out that you would like to bring on?
Good question. I would love to have Quincy Jones on my show. I've had a secret crush on him. Not so secret. I've met him twice on the carpet, and he remembered me and spoke Chinese to me. He speaks Mandarin. So he says, "你很漂亮." He told me I was beautiful. And I sang happy birthday to him yesterday on the show. He just turned 90. So, and as he's being honored at an event we're going to talk about after the break.
You're going to talk to our guest about that.
Yes. So I love this show. I will do this show until I go to heaven, because it's so fun, and I love that it is about hope and happiness, and people who told me a show that is only positive is never going to last. And, people tune into ranting and political, rhetoric and all that. And I'm like, nope. I'm going to do this. And, I'm so grateful that 900 shows that started May 1st, 2011. And earlier that year, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning with a voice that said radio. And I remember waking up going, radio? Why the fork would I do radio? I'm doing TV. And the voice was radio. And all right, can we talk about this? Not at 4:30 in the morning. And the voice said radio. So I got up, and 44 minutes later, I had written a business plan, the title of the show, Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. All the guests on the list, I've had every single one except for the Dalai Lama. And he emailed and said, I just don't do that anymore, but blessings and all of that. And I've had amazing people on the show. Co-hosting just started this last year, special series. I've had radio for our deaf community when I used to bring in American Sign Language people to do that. I love the fact that I get to produce the show so that I can do anything I want. So I'm going to just wait to see what gets inspired. I love the fact that on our series, we're going to have the Playboy girls come on because that's one of your milestones.
You just let me know. I'll line them up.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have your mom and her friends come on. I mean, it's just limitless, right? My theme is #UP, unlimited possibilities. And that's what I want to do. And I want to talk about you. Give me 2 milestones that you're proud of, because it's not just about me. And I want to encourage women to be able to be proud of what they've done and not say, oh, it was nothing, or what about you? We're so good at what about you? Instead of owning our accomplishments.
Right. And I think that we talked about it on the show that, when you're in a relationship, men want a woman that they could be proud of, but you have to put yourself first, and you have to talk about the things you did. A lot of times we're brought up to be like, well, when you're in a relationship, what have you done, or hear the things they did. Be proud of what you've done and take the time to put your own business together. It could be anything small, but whatever you do, be proud of it. Right.
Absolutely.
And,
so what are you proud of?
Well, I'm proud that I have had a great career at a young age as a model, and I did very well for myself, especially for a woman of color during that time. I did it's so funny because I had my guest today, we talked about this last night about, I was able to do things in the early 90s and make money that girls don't make today, right? I was catalog. I did a lot of music videos. I did TV. But then I went back to school and got a journalism degree. I am so proud of that because I was in my 30s and it was so much harder to do that as an adult, that you have to take care of yourself. You have to go to school full time. So I'm proud that I accomplished that. And I have 2 books that I have not finished that I need to finish. So I need to finish that and be proud of myself. But I'm, because I wasn't doing anything, I'm happy that you gave me the platform to come on and show my broadcasting journalism skills. Wow. And we have our birthday doctor on today. Happy birthday, Dr. Obeng.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, dear Dr. Michael Obeng. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Elan, you didn't tell me it was his birthday.
Thank you.
I looked at your text.
Special delight. What a special delight to have you on your birthday. No wonder we couldn't get you on the last 2 weeks. It had to be today to celebrate your birthday. And I'm so grateful to welcome, if you've noticed, there is a third party now on screen. His name is Michael Obeng, MD, FACS. He's a Harvard-trained, board-certified Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. He was named among America's top plastic surgeons by the Consumers Research Council of America in 2011. He's among the rare few surgeons in the world to successfully reattach a limb, and he's an expert in complex reconstructive surgery, hand and microneurovascular. How about that surgery? His clientele comprises of royalty and celebrities, but most importantly, his pride and joy comes from taking care of some of the world's most unfortunate children and women with congenital and accidental deformities. Please welcome to the studio, Dr. Michael Obeng.
Yes,
Absolutely. I'm so delighted. Soon after we started this series with Tempting Conversations with Elan, she said, oh, I have to have Dr. Obeng on the show. So you were one of the first picks, and I'm glad that we could make it happen. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say thank you, Elan. Thank you for having me. And thank you for thinking about me. And I'm very delighted, excited to be part of your show.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming and getting up early in the morning on your birthday. He's been working so hard because we have a gala coming up.
Yes,
Thank
we
you for your
do.
help.
Go ahead.
I said, thank you for all your help, all the planning, all the time that you have put in. I want to thank you personally from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very
I
much.
didn't sing happy birthday to you because you don't want to hear me sing.
You have I can hear you sing. You have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, it's really too bad. Otis did a number on making her think she doesn't have a voice. But anyways, I'm going to share a little clip, if you don't mind, that I found on YouTube about you that I think is a great way to illustratively show the work that you do. All right? So let's see. I'm sure you've seen this before. But we're going to use this, hopefully, technology too. All right. And this is, here we go.
He is one of just a few surgeons in the country who have the delicate job of reattaching fingers. Healthy Living reporter Susan DeLeo introduces us to this doctor who has just arrived in the valley. We want to let you know that some of the images you'll see are graphic.
I'll make a fist now. Still can't move my thumb like I want to.
Less than a year ago, a freak accident at school changed Jonathan's life forever.
I sleeved that cop and I had syrup, and it kind of took my arm with it.
Jonathan's left arm had been severed. The team was rushed as they need where a team of doctors and support staff started a rare surgery to save his arm.
This is the first one.
Dr. Michael Obeng led the 12-hour procedure, painstakingly reattaching bones, blood vessels, veins, nerves, and muscles.
Dorothy Adjikije was born with a condition that left her with two genders. But that changed when US-based plastic surgeon Dr. Michael Obeng came to visit her home country of Gabon, offering free services, including Dorothy's gender reassignment surgery.
Wow.
This video shows how to do 6 exercises.
Wow. I'm like, it's very rare, Elan will tell you, that I'm speechless, but I think now I'm speechless. I want to just say you are one of my top 10 out of 900 shows. Today's my 900th podcast show. You're definitely in the top 10 of recipients of this award. I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award. I'm getting I'm getting emotional because just thinking about, I saw it flash saying, most children born with deformities are shunned in their country, the leprosy, or, thinking back to those times and just the difference that you make in those individual lives. And that's Waldo Emerson's definition of success, to know that one life has breathed easier because you've lived and you've done that. How does it feel when you watch all of that?
It's very humbling. It's very humbling to be able to make a difference in somebody's life and make an impact in communities. And we don't take these things for granted. I thank God. I thank God for giving the skill set, the compassion to do what I do. And I thank all these patients, all the volunteers over the years who have been a part of this journey to be able to impact societies and change life for individuals who have been born with deformities and individuals who have been disfigured because of cancer or disease. So we don't take it for granted.
Mm-hmm. Did you know when you were a kid that this is what you were going to be doing when you grew up?
I knew very early. I knew probably at the age of 12 that this is what God wants me to do on this earth. At an early age, I wanted to be a doctor. At an early age, I wanted to be a surgeon. And, of course, I didn't know about plastic surgery until about 13, 14. And when I first saw the power of plastic surgery, how plastic surgery can change lives. And from that day onwards, I wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
Wow.
Yeah, very fulfilling.
That's a huge shift for me just now, because usually you say plastic surgery, I think of Beverly Hills, women who've had too much. That's usually where I go. Now you have completely blown that BS, that belief system out of the water. I'll never look at it the same. So thank you.
And he's going to tell you about a story. And that's why the gala that we're doing is so important. So he can keep doing these missions. Because I know he just recently had a mission. They were in Ghana. And he has new missions coming up. I'm trying to get him to take me on a trip to Africa. He's like, you want to be quiet? I don't know. I don't have any medical skills though. I'm leaving to the professionals.
No, you'll be amazed. It's not just about being in the medical profession. All it takes is compassion. The ability to empathize with somebody. And when we're on these trips, we have people from all walks of life. We need people to be with the patients. To spend time with the family, reassure them that everything is going to be all right, and you don't have to be in the medical profession. So you have a standing invitation.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Carter.
But I want you to talk about like the trips you have coming up, the doctors, the gala, and how people can donate, because it's coming up. That's why we wanted you on the show. And you can see how important the audience. You see how important this is, because it changes people's lives. It's not about looking aesthetically beautiful. It's just giving them hope. Some of the things that he's done, even on the recent trip, that he gave young people just hope, just happiness, and things we take for granted.
Thank you very much. So as Elan said, that we have a fundraiser gala dinner coming up next weekend, next Saturday, March 25th to be exact, at the Beverly Hilton. Red carpet starts at 5 p.m. The event starts at 7 and it goes until 2 in the morning. Of course, the event ends, the award ceremony and dinner ends by 10 o'clock, and there's an after party to follow. And this is to celebrate and raise money. Restore, which is an acronym, is stands for Restoring Emotional Stability through Outstanding Reconstructive Efforts. It's 15 years. And I never imagined it was going to be this big. And we are raising money so we can do more work. Over the last 15 years, we have been to over 9 different communities in 3 different continents. And we have done over 1,600 surgeries, all free of charge. And if we were to put a monetary figure on this, we are talking about something over 80 million USD if these surgeries were done in the United States. And we've been able to do this because of people like yourself, Elan, and people like Dr. Marissa spreading the word. So, we love all the support to raise money. The event is March 25th at the Beverly Hilton. And if you can't make it, you can always send a donation. I understand that Dr. Marissa and Elan will put the link on their website. But for those of you, you can go on Eventbrite and type in Restore Worldwide Inc., the Foundation for Reconstructive Surgery, and the event will pop up. The tickets are $500. Tables are $5,000, and majority of this money is tax deductible. So we need all the support. If you can't make it, you can always visit our website. It's restoreworldwide.org. www.restoreworldwide.org. And it's going to be a phenomenal event. It's being hosted by my friends, Chris Spencer, and even myself. And, we have surprise musical performance. I have a beautiful lady with a sultry voice from Ukraine who's going to be opera. Miko is going to be performing, and we have a very, very special surprise who's going to perform. And I can't tell you that, but there's going to be a lot of great people there. Now, I know that this time everybody talk about celebrities, but it's not about celebrities. It's about wonderful people who are very caring, who are all coming together for a great cause to raise money. So, tickets are going very fast. And if you can buy a ticket because they are sold out, you can always still send a donation. Every dollar helps. Every dollar goes very far to put a smile on a child's face and to bring a community together because a child or someone has been saved, and this brings community integration. So thank you very much, Elan, for allowing me to talk about this.
Of course, wouldn't have it any other way. And I really want to urge anyone who sees these and sort of shakes their head and says, that's too bad. You can do more than that. $500 is not that much. I'm sure, it is tax deductible, most of it. It goes a long way. Plus, I like celebrities, but not because of what they do on the screen. I love celebrities who take their limelight and shine it on areas that are temporarily dark. And that's the kind of celebrity that's going to be at this event. I've been kindly invited to cover the red carpet, so I will be there. Dr. Marissa, you know me as the Asian Oprah, reporting live from the red carpet of the Restore 15th anniversary fundraiser. It's a great event. It's going to be, a good time for you to get dressed up. And it just feels so good. You can be a partner with Dr. Obeng in helping those, how many millions of dollars of reconstructive surgery are you giving away to these beings, sentient beings that we're all connected to, that will have a new life thanks to you. So please go get the tickets on Eventbrite. You just put in Restore. It's funny. I think you are still honoring him. Can I talk about that, or is that a secret?
No, you have to ask Doctor who is honoring, because I think I can't tell. I told you, but I have to ask
then
him.
we won't say it. We won't say it. Is that the special music too?
I don't know anything there.
I know nothing. Okay, then I won't say it because I've
get
gotten
in trouble.
I won't get you in trouble. All right. Anyways, so what has been? Where did you grow up?
I was born and raised in Ghana. And
you were? Okay. I was
born and raised in Ghana. I came here when I was 20. After high school, Ghana's education system is very different. I went through the O-level system, like the British system. So we did O-levels, and after O-levels, that's basic education. You are done. You can go to trade school after that, or, you can go and get a job. And that's like, I think O-level is like a high school equivalent. And children who are bound to go to college, they would then do the advanced level, which is 2 years. And then after the advanced level, you can apply to university. So in Ghana, after the advanced level, because of the fact that we don't pay for it, the government pays for it, we have to do what's called a national service. So at the age of 18, a national service, that means you work for the government or you work anywhere to get some type of experience to pay back or to give back what you were given, basically paying it forward or backwards. And it's based on your ability. So at the age of 18, I was posted to a village to go teach math in 9th and 10th graders. So, I was teaching math and physics. And after I served that 1 year, I came to America. I came here to go to college. And, fast forward, the Lord has been so great, great to me. And, came here, went to college, medical school, did my plastic surgery training, worked for 6 years in Youngstown, Ohio as the chief of plastic surgery, which at the time I was the youngest chief of plastic surgery at a tender age of 33. And in 2012, I decided to move to Los Angeles because, I joke around that if I was a trust fund baby, the only thing I would do is to do free plastic surgery all around the globe. And I felt like Los Angeles was the best place for me to grow my charity, Restore, so that we can touch more people in all corners of life. And that is my journey, and it's been incredible.
That's so great. Well, now I understand the God, how much you thank God, because I got to go to Ghana. Since you went to Sea Butter without me, Elan, I went to Ghana without you.
You went to Ghana.
And
So jealous.
it was the most colorful country I've ever been to. Everything was so beautifully colorful, and I found out that Ghana means with God, and it was such a beautiful. I mean, the love of God in nature, in all of the ways that God expresses, was so beautiful. And then the contrast was I went to that port of no return where all the slave trade began. And it was such a stark contrast. We have a comment here from someone, I believe he's in Ghana, but he is in Africa. I met him through his, Frederick had his arms chopped off. No, they're from Rwanda, in the Rwanda genocide. And so he was a guest on my show, and how he is taking what happened to him and helping other amputees in Rwanda. So that is a supporter of mine that is watching the show right now. It's from Africa. So I think it's wonderful. You do. Harvard is kind of nothing to sneeze at. That you really have had the best that America can offer in terms of training, and that you are giving back in such a magnificent way. I'm just delighted to have you on and honored to have you on as a guest on my 900th, on your birthday.
And your birthday. And congratulations, 900 episodes. That's a force to be reckoned with, and of course, I don't know a lot about you, but, your reputation precedes you. Elan speaks great things about you. And I want to congratulate Elan as well for all you do. This woman is one of the most humble people I've ever. And she doesn't say much, and I applaud you for being a wonderful mother, husband, philanthropist that people don't even know about. And always behind the scenes trying to help, trying to put a smile on everybody's face. And I want to thank you very much for all you do. And God bless you. And God bless you too, Dr. Marissa.
Thank you.
I enjoy it.
Can you feel the love in my studio?
Wow. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Amazing voice. It's so pretty. She plays piano, and then she'll sing, and I just look at her because I can't join her.
No, it's so
She sang happy birthday last night to the doctor, and then I got quiet halfway.
Well, there's only one thing I have to say about your description of Elan that I went, what? You said she doesn't talk much? Like, what?
My computer's done.
We get the wrong Elan. You fooled him. You have definitely fooled him. We go over on time every single week. So anyways, just again, please go to restoreworldwide.org. I have it right there for you. And if you could go there, and again, tell me a bit about the actual event. We are going to pull up now. I'm not familiar with these individuals, but tell me a bit about, you've got Valerie Levinsky, Chris Spencer, and Eva Marcille, because I know that their names, I'm the worst media name recognition person you will actually meet. So just tell me a bit about, what's going to happen, like red carpet's at 5. That's going to be fun. Anybody you know name-wise that's going to be there, and sort of what we can expect. So I'm sure it's not going to be just like boring chicken dinner. It's a rubber chicken dinner. It's at the Beverly Hilton. I wanted to highlight some of the special things.
So thank you, Dr. Marissa. So Eva is an actress. Eva is an entrepreneur, an activist, and a model. And Eva started her career by winning America's Next Top Model, and went on to become one of the best actors of our time. Right now, she currently has a show. Elan can tell you about the show. A show on, I believe BET or Hulu.
The Queen's Men. It's such a good show.
Yeah. I don't watch TV, so. And Chris is a comedian. Chris is a comedian. He's been a comedian for a very long time, an actor. And he just had his first directorial debut. He just directed a movie with Wesley Snipes, himself, Bill Bellamy, and all these great guys. So most of these guys are going to be there. A lot of celebrities, like you said, who are shining light on darkness to bring awareness. These people will be there. We have dignitaries coming from Africa, kings and queens, and great people like yourself, like Elan. Elan is on the planning committee. It's going to be an amazing event. We have great performers. Miku is like my little brother. Miku is a Grammy-nominated artist, songwriter, producer. And this young man, has been my little brother. And, we adopt one another. And Miku wrote a theme song. And if you see a giant like Miku with that voice, you won't believe it. And Miku is going to perform.
Fantastic. And I just got the sound engineer just broke through. We have 1 minute. So I just want to again say, go meet all 3 of us this coming on the 25th of March, which is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. I'll be back in Los Angeles from Toronto. I will be on the carpet. I want to see you. Go get your tickets. It's only $500. You'll get a Beverly Hilton red carpet experience. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael Obeng, for coming on to the show. Thank you so much, Elan, for bringing me.
Thank you, Doctor, for coming on.
And I do this at the end of every show. It's all about balance. Can you do this with me, Dr. Obeng? Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with Dr. Obeng, who is doing amazing things on the planet. Go and support. If you can't go, it is restoreworldwide.org. Elan Carter's having a little bit of stream issues, but I know she's saying that she loves you. We'll see you next Friday for more tempting conversations with Dr. Marissa and Elan Carter. Now, go have the best weekend ever.
Thank you very much.